learning how to measure isn't too bad, especially when you're measuring in metric. But yeah, I'm not going to make that easy for you. Nope, we're going to use standard measurement. Standard measurement is when you use inches, feet, yards, that kind of thing. Now, the first thing you want to do when you're measuring is find 0. On this particular ruler, it's pretty easy peasy. It's right at the end of the ruler. Woo woo! All right, we're going to bring this nice Elk River ruler in. All right, not as easy, but at least they've marked where 0 starts. Don't know why it doesn't start at the end of the ruler, just doesn't. Now, a lot of rulers don't even give you that much. Look at this one. You don't get a start at the end of the ruler, and it doesn't even let you know ahead of time. So make sure when you're using a ruler that you line up your item, there we go, on 0. In engineering class, you're going to have a chance to use some different measuring tools. This one right here is called a T-bar. Well, T, get it? Oh yeah. This black one up here is called a carpenter's tool. Now these are pretty nice to use. This T-bar, look at that, hooks right into your flat surface, nicely measured at 0. All I have to do is read down the line, and I can easily just go, yep, need a 4-inch line, draw it right down. Pretty groovy. Then it actually even has lines right here, so if I need to go up to 3 inches, I've got it made. If not, I'm going to have to turn my ruler around. Now, I also have this carpenter tool. It's carpenter square. You can find 0 at different places on this one. So at the very end of the tool right here is going to be 0 if I'm using the outside angle. Look at that. Line it up in my corner, and I can figure out how long I want my line to be. Let's say I'm actually using the inside. That's fine. Connect that into place. Right smack in the corner is going to be 0. And then you can go ahead and make how long your line is going to be. The carpenter square and the T-bar are pretty sweet because they're going to help you make really clean, straight, square corners. Okay, let's begin with how you actually read a ruler. All right, I think reading rulers and standard measurement, it's a little confusing. I mean, look, there's all these lines here, there's only half as many lines here. I don't get it. So let's just go ahead and start from the beginning. Here's a ruler that only has inches on it. Very clean, very clear, easy to read. 1, 2, 3, 4, got it. But what if people read rulers by counting the lines? A lot of people do this, and it's a mistake. Because if I read lines, I'm going to have to start with the line right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 actual lines, but is the measurement right here 4 inches? Nope, it's a 3. It says it right there. So it's important that when you're reading a ruler, you count the number of spaces. Space 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's give this a little shot here. Let's take this hot glue stick, make sure we get it on 0. Space 1, 2, 3, 4. This puppy's 4 inches long. All right, good stuff. Not bad, not bad. Let's do this again. Here's my lovely family picture. There's my husband and my dog. All right, lining it up on 0. Very important. Counting the number of spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Not full. All right, so somebody said, let's take this space and just divide it in half. All right, so we'll flip that over. And there you go. So you can see the full measurements, 1, 2, 3, are going to be on the darker lines, and the lighter lines, and they're a little bit shorter, will be the half marks. So now we have 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 3 1/2, and look, 4 1/2. Woo woo! Very nice, very nice. All right, let's keep going. Here I have this wonderful trophy here. Okay, and again, you'll notice it's not a clean half mark. So on this, somebody said, let's take those half spaces and divide them again. That's exactly what they did. So each inch now has 4 spaces. That means our denominator will be a 4. So if we're going to read this, it's 1, 2, 2, and let's see, 1, 2, 3 spaces. So 2 3/4 inch. There you go. Not a problem. This is so easy. But you can see the pattern here. is that every time you have to measure something that doesn't fall exactly on line, all you have to do is divide the number in spaces again. So now in this space, instead of 4, we have 8. 2 space, 4, 6, and 8. And whoever did rulers did a nice job. They kept whole numbers solid. Half mark comes really pretty far down, but it's pretty light. Quarter marks are in between, and the eighth marks are the smallest ones. That way, when we're reading a measurement of something, oh, yep, there it goes, get it on 0. It's 9 inches and 1, 2, 3 out of 8 spaces, 3/8 inches, 9 and 3/8 inches. So again, if you have something even more, doesn't fall in the lines, somebody flipped it over and went ahead and added 16 spaces. So the whole key to knowing what your denominator is to count the number of spaces. But you'll get used to it when you just realize the big long lines are whole numbers. The long ones in the middle are half, so you can go, right there, 7.5. I didn't have to count the spaces. Heck no. Flip it over again. Okay, 4 spaces. I can see that. So right here, 8 and 1/4. I know that. 4 spaces right there. Here's 8.5. Here's 8 3/4. Here's 9. Flip her over again. Okay. Easy peasy, 2, 4, 6, 8 spaces, so I know my denominator's an eighths. So if I go right here, I'm either at 7 2/8 or 7 1/4. Or if I go right here, I'll count the spaces, 2, 4, 6, 7 6/8. You see, there's a pattern. Flip it over here, and again, we have our 16ths. Those are going to be very small, and those lines are very close together. So when you get confused, count the number of spaces.